You're going to get hurt, and that is okay. We all hurt each other, and that is part of the inevitable. We will always continue to hurt each other. And nothing can be done about that. But if you think in this way that I'm going to share with you, it could help you become stronger when you do get hurt. And you're going to have to hurt other people. It all goes around. It may not seem like it. If you're in a particular situation and you get hurt, at first you're going to feel that it's unfair to you. Why me? What did I do to deserve this? Uh, I'm the only one affected, but the other person doesn't seem to care. The other person seems to be better than me, in a better position compared to me. But with time, the dynamic will balance out. Everything, in every aspect of life, everything ends up being equal. You can think of it in terms of karma. That's one way of putting it. Now, let's start with you hurting somebody else. When you hurt someone, and we're not talking about physically hurting, we're talking about emotionally. When you're going to have to hurt someone, it's okay. The only way you're going to hurt someone is by telling the truth. You can lie. You can lie to the person, but the truth will eventually unfold. And then you get blamed for lying. Then you're put in a not so good position. Then you will more than likely be feeling a sense of guilt for it when you get accused and found at fault of lying. So when we hurt people, that's an outcome of telling the truth. That's why it's okay to hurt people with the truth, emotionally, not physically. If you don't like somebody that likes you, don't cheat, don't lead the person on. When you hurt someone with the truth, you're going to feel at ease after. You may feel bad at first. You're going to feel for that person because you have a heart. It's in your human nature to feel for others. You should. We're all selfish, but be selfish to a certain extent, not in an extremist manner. But you're going to be at peace. And the idea is for you to be at peace, allowing the truth, your truth, to set you free. Even though it's going to come with the sacrifice of hurting the other party involved. But that's okay. There's a way you can go about it where you can hurt someone in a kind way. Meet with the person if you can. Sit down and have the conversation. This is maturity, not hiding behind a lie, not being a coward. Take responsibility for all that you do. If you can't, try to meet, if you can't meet the person and have the discussion face to face, plan a phone call out. Try to avoid texting, because texting is inauthentic and messages can be misinterpreted, and that can cause additional issues that could otherwise be avoided. Tell the person, that you'd like to share your feelings, and warn the person. Let the person be prepared for what's coming. Tell the person, I've been thinking about this lately, and I do feel a sense of guilt somewhat for it, because I'm going to hurt you. And I don't believe that there's any other way to go about it, but I have to be honest with you and how I feel. And you're not going to like what I'm going to say. But it's better that I hurt you with the truth as opposed to with a lie. That person should be able to appreciate and respect you more for saying that. But in the moment, the person may become very emotional, and if you hurt the person's ego in that moment, the person will be angered, and that person could react in a tense way. The person that's hurt may become defensive. But try to negotiate with the person. Try to reason with the person. Speak calmly. Speak respectfully. Hear the other person out. If the person starts trying to argue with you, ask the person to please wait, to give you a chance to speak, and then let the person know that after, you will allow him or her to share their opinion on the matter. If this is in regards to a relationship where you no longer want to be with this person, you no longer want to be exclusive with this person, the person that you're hurting may say, well, when we first met, you told me that you wanted me and you tried so hard to fight for me. You lied to me. Why are you behaving differently now? Well, explain that feelings change. At that time, when I was telling you that I had interest in you, I wasn't lying. That is how I felt at that time. But now my feelings have changed. If the person asks, is it another person that's involved? Is there another person that you're seeing or that you want to talk to? Say yes. Yes, if that is the case, of course. I met this person. I want to pursue this person instead. It's not a game. It's a responsibility. When you hurt someone, it's not to give yourself an ego boost and try to feel that you're better than the other person. What you want to do is guide the person through the recovery process so that that person can heal better. It's not where you're kicking the person to the curb and leaving them alone to rot. You want to still show support for the person, even if you no longer want to be in an exclusive relationship with the person, or a friendship, a relationship of any kind. I've been hurt many times. I continue to get hurt. I'll always get hurt, disappointed by people. I've hurt people before, and I may continue to hurt people. Show the person that you care. Be caring. Even if you feel that you don't care, make yourself care. It's not kind to tell somebody that you don't care about him or her or that person's struggles, because we all have, and we will always have, our own struggles. Ask the person what you can do to help make this change, this transition, easier on him or her. If I am in a relationship with you and I hurt you because I want to pursue somebody else, let's wait for this plane to go by. So, just because I'm leaving you for someone else doesn't mean that it's going to work out between me and the other person. I'm trying at the opportunity to make the relationship work with the other person, but it's not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. And explain that to the person that you're hurting, that you're telling your truth to. Again, use words, communicate, show empathy for the person as you're hurting him or her, as you're explaining your truth to the person. There's one person that I was talking to for a year. As I got to know her more and I met her family, I met her sister. With time, I began to develop more of an attraction for this girl's sister, more so than her. I found her more attractive than her sister. I started analyzing the situation, thinking to myself, spending time alone in my thoughts, figuring out what I was going to do as this urge, as these feelings had continued to develop. And I came to the conclusion that I was going to have to tell the truth to this girl and break it off with her. And I was trying to think about how I was going to go about it. I decided there was no need for any tactics of manipulation. All I had to do was have the talk with her. And I had prepared for it. got on a phone call with her, and I let her know, hey, I just want to let you know, not in these words, not word for word, of course, but this is just a general summary of the conversation. Of course, it was an ongoing conversation that took some time because I felt the need to explain myself to her. And always explain yourself. You're going to feel that you don't owe anybody an explanation, but explaining yourself is a sign of respect because you're going to make the person wonder, what did I do wrong? What mistakes did I make to cause you to not want me anymore, to push you away? You don't want to torture and punish somebody like that in that way, having the person overthink and wonder what went wrong. Explain yourself to the person that you're hurting. Explain why you're hurting the person. I told her that I found her sister more attractive and that I could no longer continue this relationship with her because I didn't want to lead her on. I didn't want to continue. I didn't want to wait and hurt myself for lying to myself and to her. And I didn't want to wait to hurt her later down the line. I figured that I would have to hurt her as soon as possible to get it out of the way so that she can acknowledge her pain and then begin her recovery process. Now, I knew it would hurt her because she did care about me. And I also let the sister know too that I was attracted to her. Of course, they got upset with me. But that's the natural consequence that comes with telling the truth. Don't let that scare you away from telling the truth. Be responsible. If you're a man, be a man and hold firm to your truth, regardless of who gets hurt, because someone is going to have to get hurt. Time has gone by. Now it's been over a year. And I know, we no longer are in communication with each other. I'm no longer in communication with that girl I spoke to and her family. Of course, as to be expected. That was to be expected. But now I know for a fact that this person has recovered. She no longer wanted to talk to me, and that was understandable. So I'm not sure exactly what she did to recover from the pain that she had to go through for me telling the truth, for me hurting her with my truth. But it ended up being the best decision for both of us because now I am no longer burdened with the responsibility of her. And I don't mean that in a rude way, but relationships of any kind are a responsibility. And I know that she is now able to put her energy and feelings into another person that will treat her better, and a person that will not end up hurting her the way that I had to hurt her. At least you took responsibility and you did your part. You were honest. You're not guilty of any wrongdoing. You hurt someone with the truth, and the truth is good, even if it hurts. even if it can hurt. And that's the risk that comes with honesty. But you were respectful, you were responsible. So you don't have to feel a sense of guilt. Everything ends up equaling out. The people that you hurt will recover and will eventually be in a better place. You're going to be in a better place yourself for being honest. Practice that. Get your mind into this way of thinking, and it could help you out. I'm really hoping that it will. It's helped me out because now when somebody disappoints me, I acknowledge it, but I can recover more quickly and I'm not as affected. The impact is not affect me negatively as long. Think to yourself that nothing is perfect, nothing can be perfect, nothing will be perfect. And if somebody cares, that person risks getting hurt. Anything that you care about in your life, you're going to have emotion. You're going to have an emotional attachment to that object, that person. You risk getting hurt. That has to happen if you care. But don't stop caring. Always care. Continue to care. Be a caring person. You'll be better for it. Don't be afraid to care, and let the other person that you care about know that you care. Now, if you're on the other receiving end and you're in the position of getting hurt, let the person know that you are hurt because you care, and let the person know that you be appreciative. Let the person know that you appreciate his or her honesty, and that you will now begin to do what you must to recover, to begin the recovery process from getting hurt. In any relationship dynamic, there are 3 possibilities. The first is either only you will care, or you'll care more than the other person does. The second possibility is that you won't care, or won't care as much as the other person does. Or the third, both people won't care. And that would be the best situation because nobody gets hurt. That would be ideal because both parties don't care, nobody gets hurt. But if at least one person cares, even if just a little bit, that person has to be hurt. But if you care. Don't try to hide it. If you don't care, let the person know, but in a kind way. It's all about wordage, how you word your thoughts, how you express yourself. It's not a competition to try to feel more superior than the other person. Quit competing against each other. Be more of a team. Help each other out.